Stop scrolling. You have been praised your whole life for being strong, independent, low maintenance, the one who never complains, the one who handles everything alone, the one everyone turns to but no one checks on, and you have worn these labels like medals. But what if they are not medals? What if they are maps? Maps to a childhood no one asked about. We talk about trauma in terms of what happened, the loud arguments, the physical marks, the moments of visible crisis. But there is another kind of trauma, far more silent, far more invisible, defined not by what happened, but by what didn't. Today, we walk through the normal habits that are actually signs of childhood neglect. Not to blame, not to shame, to see, because you cannot heal what you cannot name. Before we walk through the habits, let me define something most people never hear. Emotional neglect is not abuse. Abuse is an action. Neglect is an absence. It is the empty space where a parent's curiosity, validation, and comfort should have been. It is a childhood spent in a house where no one asked, "How are you feeling?" Where no one noticed you were sad, where your achievements were met with a nod and your struggles with silence. Carl Jung wrote, "The greatest burden a child must bear is the unlived life of its parents." But there is another burden, the child who must bear the absence of its parents' attention, the child who learns that their inner world is invisible, not because anyone was cruel, because no one was present. Here is what makes emotional neglect so insidious. The children who grow up in these environments often don't realize anything is wrong. They simply adapt. They develop survival strategies that look to the outside world, like personality traits or even good habits. You might be praised for being the strong one, the independent one, the easygoing one. But underneath that veneer of competence lies a collection of behaviors designed to bridge a gap that was never meant to exist. Research on attachment theory, pioneered by Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, shows that children need what they call emotional attunement. A parent who notices their child's distress, names it, and responds to it. Without that attunement, the child's nervous system never learns that the world is safe, that asking for help is okay, that being seen is not dangerous. And those lessons become habits, habits that look normal. But inside, they are survival. Let us walk through them. Habit number 1, extreme hyper-independence. The first habit is the one most praised, hyper-independence. You handle everything alone, your taxes, your car repairs, your emotional breakdowns, your physical illnesses. You do not ask for help. You do not want help. You might even feel contempt for people who ask for help. You call yourself self-sufficient. Others call you strong. But here is what psychology sees. When a child reaches out for help or comfort and consistently meets a wall of indifference, distraction, or irritation, the brain performs a radical calculation. Asking for help is a risk that leads to rejection. Therefore, I must be my own source of everything. This is not self-sufficiency, it is a trauma response. It is a defense mechanism rooted in the belief that people are fundamentally unreliable or that your needs are a burden. Let me give you an example. You are sick with a fever. You do not call anyone. You do not tell anyone. You lie in bed alone, managing your own medication, your own food, your own worry. A friend finds out later and asks, "Why didn't you call me?" You shrug. "I didn't want to bother you." But the truth is deeper. You did not call because somewhere inside you do not believe anyone would come, or you do not believe you deserve to be cared for. That belief was not born yesterday. It was born in 1,000 small moments when you cried and no one came, when you needed and no one noticed. Carl Jung wrote, "Loneliness does not come from having no people around you, but from being unable to communicate the things that seem important to you." Hyper-independence is the fortress you built to protect yourself from that loneliness. but fortresses are also prisons. You are safe inside, but you are also alone. Habit number 2, not knowing what you feel. The second habit is so common that most people do not even know it is a symptom. You cannot name what you are feeling. Someone asks, "How are you?" You say, "Fine." Someone asks, "How did that make you feel?" Your mind goes blank, not because you are hiding something, because you genuinely do not know. Psychologists call this Alexithymia. It is not a disorder. It is a skill you learned. In a healthy childhood, parents act as emotional mirrors. When a toddler cries because a toy broke, the parent says, "You're feeling frustrated. That's okay. Let me help." That simple sentence labels the internal sensation and validates its existence. The child learns that emotions have names, that feelings are manageable, that they can ask for help with what is inside. But in a neglectful home, that mirroring never happens. The child's emotions are treated as invisible or, worse, as an inconvenience. Crying is met with, "Stop that." Excitement is met with, "You're too loud." Fear is met with, "Don't be silly." To survive, you learn to mute your inner world. You disconnect the wires between your body's sensations and your conscious mind. Because feeling those emotions was useless, there was no one there to help you process them. Let me give you an example. You are in a conflict with a partner. They ask, "What are you feeling right now?" You honestly do not know. You feel something, a tightness in your chest, a heat in your face. But you cannot translate that into words. You say, "I don't know." They think you are being avoidant. You are not. You just never learned the language of your own body. That is not your fault. That is a survival skill from a house where no one asked. Habit number 3, over-explaining yourself. The third habit is exhausting but invisible to the person doing it. You over-explain everything. You give a 3-minute backstory for why you were 5 minutes late. You justify why you bought a specific brand of bread. You explain your reasoning before anyone even asks a question. You do not even notice you are doing it. This habit comes from growing up in an environment where your needs and boundaries were not inherently respected. You learned that to have a preference or to make a mistake required a case to be built. You had to prove that your actions were logical and irrefutable to avoid being dismissed or criticized. You are preemptively defending yourself against a neglectful or judgmental ghost from your past. Let me give you an example. Your boss asks, "Did you finish the report?" A simple yes would suffice. But you say, "Yes, I finished it yesterday afternoon after the meeting. I had to wait for the data from accounting, which came in late, but I stayed an extra 30 minutes to get it done. I hope that's okay." Your boss looks confused. They only asked for a yes or no. You are not talking to your boss. You are talking to a parent who made you feel that your simple existence required a justification. You are still defending yourself against an accusation no one is making. Nietzsche wrote, "I am not upset that you lied to me. I am upset that from now on, I cannot believe you." But for the child of neglect, the lie is internal. They believe that simply being themselves is not enough. They must perform, they must explain, they must prove that their choices are valid. This is not humility. This is the exhaustion of carrying a courtroom in your head. Habit number 4, the apology reflex. The fourth habit is the one that breaks my heart the most. You apologize for everything. You apologize when someone bumps into you at the grocery store. You apologize for asking a question in a meeting. You apologize for your house being messy when there is a single book out of place. You apologize for crying. You apologize for needing help. You apologize for existing. This is not politeness. This is a deeply internalized sense of being a burden. If you grew up feeling like your presence was an imposition on your parents, Perhaps they were perpetually exhausted, depressed, or simply uninterested. You learned to shrink. You learned that the safest way to exist is to be as small and low maintenance as possible. The apology is a way of saying, "I'm sorry for needing space. I'm sorry for existing in your field of vision." Let me give you an example. You are at a friend's house. You accidentally knock over a glass of water. You apologize 20 times. Your friend says, "It's fine. It's just water." But you cannot stop apologizing. You are not apologizing for the water. You are apologizing for every time you were told, implicitly or explicitly, that you were too much, too loud, too needy, too present. The water was just the excuse. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." But the child of neglect does not feel power over their mind. They feel they are the burden. They apologize preemptively so no one else has the chance to tell them they do not belong. It is a way of shrinking, of making yourself invisible, of hoping that if you are small enough, you will not be rejected again. Habit number 5. The social chameleon. The fifth habit looks like high emotional intelligence, but it is not. You are incredibly good at reading a room. You can sense a shift in someone's mood before they realize it themselves. You adapt your personality, your tone, your opinions, even your laugh to match whoever you are with. People say you are easy to get along with. You are a chameleon, but here is what is happening underneath. Because your parents did not provide a stable emotional baseline, you had to become an expert at monitoring their moods to ensure your own safety. You had to know whether today was a good day to ask for something or a day to disappear. You became a mirror because you were not allowed to have a solid self. Your own preferences were either ignored or punished, so you learned to reflect whatever was in front of you. Let me give you an example. You are with one friend and you love indie music. You are with another friend and you have never heard of it. You are not lying. You are not manipulative. You genuinely lose access to your own preferences when you are around strong personalities. You become whoever they need you to be. And later, alone, you ask yourself a question that haunts many adults who grew up neglected. Who am I when no one is watching? If that question makes your chest tight, you know this habit. Carl Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." But the child of neglect was never given permission to discover who they truly are. They were too busy surviving, too busy mirroring, too busy keeping the peace. The chameleon is not a personality. It is a survival strategy, and it is exhausting to change colors every day. Habit number 6, the second guess. The sixth habit lives inside your head. It is a voice that questions every decision you make, no matter how small. Should I buy this shirt? Did I sound stupid in that email? Do my friends actually like me? Or are they just being polite? Should I have said that differently? Why did I choose that? This is not anxiety. This is the result of having your reality consistently ignored or denied by your caregivers. When a child says, "I'm sad," and the parent says, "No, you're not. You're just tired," or simply ignores the statement entirely, the child learns that their internal compass is broken. They stop trusting their own feelings. They stop trusting their own perceptions. They start looking for external cues to tell them what is real. Research on attachment shows that children who experience emotional neglect often develop what psychologists call external locus of evaluation. They need someone else to tell them they are okay because they never internalize that message. Every decision requires a second opinion. Every feeling requires validation. You ask your partner, "Was that okay?" after a perfectly normal conversation. You text your friend, "Are we still good?" when nothing happened. You are not being insecure. You are trying to borrow someone else's compass because yours was never calibrated. Let me give you an example. You finish a presentation at work. It went well. People nodded. Your boss smiled. But on the drive home, you replay every word. You wonder if you talked too fast. You wonder if that joke was inappropriate. You wonder if they were just being polite. You cannot trust the evidence of your own eyes, because for years, the evidence of your own eyes told you that your feelings didn't matter, that your perception was wrong, that you could not trust yourself. That lesson does not disappear just because you grew up. Habit number 7, the caregiver role. The 7th habit is the one that looks most like virtue. You are the person everyone turns to with their problems. You are the therapist friend, the one who stays late to help a colleague, the one who fixes everyone else's life while yours remains untouched. You are reliable. You are steady. You are the rock. But here is what no one sees. You are the rock because you learned that the only way to get a positive response from your parents was to be useful. Maybe you took care of your younger siblings. Maybe you were the emotional support for a parent who could not handle their own life. Maybe you learned that your value is tied to what you can do for others, not who you are. You learned that you do not get love. You earn it through service, through sacrifice, through disappearing into everyone else's needs. Let me give you an example. A friend calls you at 11 p.m., crying about a breakup. You listen for 2 hours. You offer wisdom. You make them feel better. They hang up, relieved. You sit in the dark, exhausted, and realize no one has asked how you are in weeks. You are surrounded by people who take, but you have no idea how to receive. Because receiving feels dangerous. Receiving feels like a debt you cannot repay. Receiving feels like a trap designed to make you vulnerable. Nietzsche wrote, "Love is the state in which man sees things most widely different from what they are. But the child of neglect sees love as transaction. I give, therefore I deserve to exist. I help. Therefore I am not a burden." You have built an entire life on being useful. But usefulness is not the same as being loved. And deep down, you know the difference. That is why you are tired. Let me stop here and tell you something you need to hear. If you recognize yourself in these habits, there is nothing wrong with you. Your brain did exactly what it was supposed to do. It adapted to an environment of scarcity. It built these habits to keep you safe in a world where you were not being cared for. Hyper-independence protected you from rejection. Emotional numbness protected you from pain. Over-explaining protected you from criticism. Apologizing made you small enough to avoid being a target. The chameleon kept you safe in an unpredictable environment. The second guess kept you from making mistakes that would have been punished. The caregiver role earned you the only scraps of approval available. These habits were your armor, and you can thank that armor for getting you this far. It saved your life. It got you out of that house. It made you strong, capable, and resilient. But here is the truth no one tells you. The environment has changed. You are no longer that helpless child. The survival gear you have been wearing for 20, 30, or 40 years is now becoming too heavy. It is starting to chafe. It is preventing you from experiencing the very love and connection you have always craved. Carl Jung wrote, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." The armor was not a choice, but taking it off can be. Not all at once. Not violently, slowly, gently. With the compassion you were never given, you are allowed to put down the weight. You are allowed to need help. You are allowed to not know what you feel. You are allowed to take up space. You are allowed to exist without apologizing. So what do you actually do? You do not need therapy this week. You do not need to confront your parents. You do not need to burn your life down. Healing from childhood neglect is not about fixing a broken version of yourself. It is about meeting the part of you that was left behind. It starts with small, almost invisible steps. First, practice naming one feeling a day, just one. Not during a crisis, during a quiet moment. I feel tired. I feel peaceful. I feel lonely. Say it out loud, even to yourself. You are rebuilding the bridge between your body and your mind. It takes time, but the first brick is just a word. Second, wait 5 seconds before apologizing. Just 5 seconds. Breathe. Ask yourself, did I actually do something wrong? If the answer is no, do not say sorry. Say nothing. Or say thank you instead. Thank you for waiting instead of sorry I'm late. Thank you for listening instead of sorry I talk too much. This rewires the apology reflex. Third, let someone help you with something small. One small thing. Ask a coworker to grab you a coffee. Let a friend carry one bag. Say yes when someone offers. Do not explain. Do not justify. Just receive. This will feel terrifying. That terror is not a sign you are doing something wrong. That terror is the sound of your armor creaking. It is allowed to creak. Fourth, practice having a preference. When someone asks, "Where should we eat?" do not say, "I don't care." Pick one, anyone. The Italian place, the park bench, the blue shirt. Your preference does not need to be logical. It does not need to be justified. It just needs to be yours. You are practicing the muscle of self-trust. It will be weak at first. That is okay. Every rep makes it stronger. Fifth, find one person you can be honest with. One person who will not fix you, judge you, or run away. Tell them one thing. I am learning that I do not know how to ask for help. I apologize too much. I am tired of being the strong one. You do not need them to respond perfectly. You just need to say it out loud. That is the first crack in the fortress. Let the light in. Let me end with a reframe that might change how you see your entire life. You were never broken. You were not born with these habits. You learned them, and what is learned can be unlearned. Not easily, not quickly, but truly. The child who built these habits was not defective. That child was creative. They found a way to survive in an environment that did not see them. They built a world where they could keep breathing. They made themselves useful when no one made them feel loved. They made themselves small when no one made space for them. They made themselves independent when no one showed up. That child was not broken. That child was brilliant. But that child is no longer in charge. You are an adult now, and as an adult you have something that child never had. Choice. You can choose to keep wearing the armor, or you can choose slowly, gently, to set it down. Not because you are weak, because you are finally safe enough to be human. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one." I would add, waste no more time arguing that your survival habits are flaws. They are not flaws. They are evidence that you survived. And now you are allowed to do more than survive. You are allowed to live, to need, to receive, to be seen, to be a burden to the people who truly love you. Because the people who belong in your life will not see your needs as a burden. They will see them as an opportunity to love you. You were never too much, and you were never not enough. You were simply a child who deserved to be noticed. And it is time you finally started noticing yourself. You now know 7 normal habits that are actually signs of childhood neglect. And you know that these habits are not flaws. They are armor. Armor that saved you. Armor you can now choose to set down. Click on the screen now. Watch the next video. Because learning to receive love is one thing. Learning to protect that love once you have it is another. And you deserve both. Subscribe if you want to keep seeing what others miss. The door is open, and for the first time, you are allowed to walk through it without apologizing.